how to stop limiting yourself. And, we're going to share that today on how to stop limiting yourself. One of the big people that I like who have talked about this topic, we are right now reading a Jack Canfield book, but I love that Tony Robbins has addressed this so many times. If ever you've seen any kind of live or recorded webinars from Tony Robbins, this is a topic that comes up a lot because he knows that people are limiting themselves right instantly through their minds. So we're going to get going on this, and before we do, sorry we had some technical difficulties before. My name is Jody. I am here with the Fearless Online Entrepreneur Group, and we're a dedicated group of ladies, and we've had a couple gentlemen join us here on the panel too, but we're a dedicated group of ladies who want to help you move past your fear-based self into your own greatness, and that's a mantra that we have here with our group. So I'll quickly introduce myself, and then I'll have the ladies just jump out and introduce themselves, and then we'll get started with this great topic. So again, my name is Jody Maley. I am in beautiful British Columbia, Canada, and my passion is to help women stop jumping from business to business and not making any money. So if you want to unmute yourself, Diane, that'd be awesome. Or anyone else. Oh, there she goes.
Can you hear me?
I can.
My computer is slow here this morning. Sorry about that. Hi, I'm Diane Klein. I'm in Calgary, Alberta, Canada as well. And what I do is I work from home. I'm a stay-home mom of 3 kids, a wife of an amazing husband. And what I do is I empower people to become debt-free. That's my goal here in the year of 2014, is to help at least 50 to 500 people. My biggest goal is 500 people, to help them to realize that life is not about debt. Life is about having a debt-free life and having an amazing life, and that's what I'm here to empower people for.
All right. One of the other, you go ahead.
Good morning, ladies. My name is Eugenia Marin. I'm very happy to be here today and very happy to see our dear beloved friend Sharon. Welcome back. I am a single mother of 2 beautiful teenagers, and my purpose here is to come and share with you as a single parent that there's a way to be able to enjoy life with your kids and see your kids growing. I'm a homestay. I work from home. And my passion is to see my kids grow, see and discover the wonderful people that they are turning into. And I want to help other single moms and dads who want to spend more time with their kids. With this, I'm back with you, Jody.
Thanks. And Sharon, haven't seen you in a week myself, so come on out, and we can't hear you yet. Oh, you're still muted. All right, so just, there you go, Sharon. Oh, and we still can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yay, yes we can.
Okay, now I can't hear you guys, but okay. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you might be in the world. My name is Sharon Sutherland. I'm so glad to be here with you guys today. I've been going through a rough time, but I'm here with you today. First, I would like to give an honor to our Lord and Savior who allowed us all to be here on this beautiful, beautiful morning. And we are all here to help one another so that we can grow our businesses, so that we can mastermind with one another, so that we can better understand the processes we need to go through in order to have a successful business. And our goal is to empower you to um, follow the duplication process so that you can grow your business and be successful online. Our goal is to help others achieve success and reach their dreams and goals. Back to you, Jody.
Thank you. Um, and just a little bit of a blurb here before we go in. You know, my husband and I, we have 6 kids, and every kid is different. And we love each of them in their different personalities and who they are. And, you know, I think one of the most things about being empowered and to have your unlimited beliefs turn into whatever you want to accomplish, and that kind of starts here right in your home, right with you, right with your spouse, right with your family, your children. And I think that we totally get caught up in that belief of, you know, we are measured right from the time we're born, and the limiting beliefs that we have, we kind of grow up with those, you know, and they can be the limiting beliefs that you say in your head and your mind. So we're going to go into Jack Canfield's book, Principles for Success, and this is, we're talking about Principle 33, which is transcending your limiting beliefs. And I'm just going to read a quote here, and then we'll talk about it a bit. Your subconscious mind does not argue with you. It accepts what your conscious mind decrees. If you say, I can't afford it, your subconscious mind works to make it true. Select a better thought. Decree, I'll buy it. I accept it in my mind. Dr. Joseph Murray, author of The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. And where does, you know, the limiting beliefs come from? And as I mentioned before, it certainly comes from early childhood programming. And whether they knew it or not, our parents, grandparents, and other role models told us things like, no, no, honey, that's too much for you to handle. Let me do that for you. Maybe next year. I tell my kids, not right now, but I didn't realize that I guess I was limiting them too. So if anyone wants to share on that, just on some childhood stuff, just kind of relating back to that, and if that's affected you, some of the limiting beliefs you had as a child.
I would like to share my story. I come from a third world country, and a very machista, in so many ways, very machista world where women are not treated as equal. You're always thought of as less, and it doesn't matter what you may do, you will not have the same level of success of a man. But that was the world and the culture where I grew up. But nonetheless, my parents, the example that I've seen at home is my parents always encouraged us to go forward, go one step more, one more, even though they saw us that we were like, no, I cannot do it. Yes, you can do it. And that is very important, that in your house you start, as you say, in your own house with your own kids. And I remember my mom always used to tell me, you know what? I didn't have the right to finish high school because I was a woman, and my brothers could go to college because they were men. So whatever you want to do in your life and what you want to do for you, I will support you. I will be there for you. And those words were so powerful, were so important for me, because that's how I ended up coming to college to the U.S. I had a very successful career before I got married. And even with my kids, it's so important to let them know that their limiting beliefs are, that they are bigger than the limiting beliefs that they may have sometimes. That the sky is not the limit. It might be the stars, it might be the moon, it might be whatever they want to be. Always encourage them. And that's big things. Thank you. Back with you, Jody.
Wow. You know, Eugenia, you almost just made me cry. You know, it's hard to believe when, you know, Diane and I come from Canada and Sharon's in the States. And, you know, I guess we don't really think too much of other cultures and how they're, you know, so steeped in their belief system. And yeah, you just about made me cry because it really is, you know, the fact that you have gone through this and that you are where you are right now, and that is a real big encouragement to anybody, you know, watching and listening to us today, because you decided, right, to step past those limiting beliefs. And that's what it's all about. And there are so many people that they have limiting beliefs even by their neighborhood, you know. A lot of people come from different neighborhoods that the success rate of them even finishing high school could be lower. The success rate of them going into college could be lower. And those are just limiting beliefs. And you hear a lot of successful people who said, I didn't have the chance to do that when, you know, from where I was born and from where I lived. And that they decided to make their limiting beliefs just null and void. And I just, you know, I just really wanted to commend you on that, and the fact that you're teaching this to your two daughters, right? And that you are teaching them that they don't have to be limited because of gender or other stereotype things.
Yep. And that's very important for them too, to feel that even though we may come from a different culture or a different country, that doesn't mean that they have to feel limited. They might feel a little bit segregated, but I always tell them, be the light that you are. Show them that you are just a wonderful person. All you need to do is be yourself and always conquer your fears. Be something else. Move forward. Do it for yourself. Not for me, not for dad, not for your teacher. Do it for you. Go after your dreams. Dream big. And it feels really good to say that. Thank you, Jody.
Well, you're here with some big dreamers, so you're in the right spot at the right time. Yes. Go ahead there, Diane. What would you like to share?
Thank you. I just wanted to say to anybody out there who's listening, it is a process because we are trained from, like Jody said, from very young on. I still remember when, I don't remember which book it was that my husband and I read, and it said you should put hundreds or 50s in your wallet and go shopping but not spend that money. And I'll go through the whole store and see how much stuff you can buy and realize the potential of that money in your wallet. And as you ladies were talking, I was thinking about that. And yes, sometimes when my daughters or my kids or my oldest and myself go shopping and we look at this store of this high uppity priced clothes, you know, and a dress for $500, and we look at it with envy, you know, and like, oh, I wish I could buy that. And so I said to my daughter, you know, we have to not say, I wish I want to buy that. We have to say, when we will buy that. So yeah, you have to really train yourself and work with yourself on the process of your belief system.
Yeah, absolutely. And some of the things here that Jack Canfield talk about with some overcoming some limiting beliefs that probably we've grown up with, but maybe we're saying these things to ourselves right now. So if you're listening to this, I just want you to kind of listen in and see which of these beliefs you resonate with, because these could be something that can easily be overcome, but you just have to be aware of it first. So do any of these sound familiar? I'm not smart enough, attractive enough, rich enough, old enough, or young enough. Women don't do that sort of thing. They'd never pick me to head the new project. Even if I don't like this job, I need the financial security. I've been there. Nothing I do is ever successful. You can't get rich in this town. That's sort of what I touched on before about being in a location. And did anyone kind of resonate with that belief? And then we're going to go into how to overcome these.
Absolutely, Jody. I think we were always telling ourselves we can't be rich just because we grew up and place in a time when in our families that were not rich. So we were always looking up to the rich and envying them and thinking about it. But I think when my husband and I started reading these books and working on our mindset, we realized, wow, we have to stop telling ourselves we can't be rich, because we can be rich just like anybody else.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know for myself and my family, we actually have some friends of ours who are very well off, and my kids just love going to their house. How about you, Sharon? Oh, are you trying to speak? 'Cause we can't hear you again. Okay, while she gets ready there, just jump in and whenever, Sharon. So there are limiting beliefs that we have, but what we really want to talk about today is how do you overcome those? What are some ways that you can overcome right now some of your limiting beliefs? And I'll just kind of reference back here. Oh, hello.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry. I was trying to be real quiet when I was testing to make sure. But yeah, I want to piggyback on what Diane was saying earlier. You need to believe in yourself. You need to know that you can do anything you set your mind to. But first, you have to believe. And if you don't have that belief system in place and you're around a lot of negativity all the time, you're right. You're not going to accomplish your goals or your dreams. But if you believe in yourself and you tell yourself, I am somebody, I am going to do this, I know that these are my dreams and goals, and this is my plan. I'm going to follow my plan. I'm going to overcome any obstacle, and I will achieve my dreams and goals. And if you change your mindset and think positive about what you want to do and where you want to go, you'll be surprised at the results you will achieve.
Absolutely. And you know what we're going to do right here? Jack Canfield has, can you guys hear me? I feel like I'm reverberating. Okay. So Jack Canfield has a little bit of how to get through this process. So what I want the ladies on the panel to do, and for those of you who are either joining us live or maybe you're listening to us later, because we're at a time that doesn't always work with people. So I want you to, I'm going to read some of these things, and I want you to pick one that resonates with you and write out that limiting belief. So the first thing to overcome any limiting belief is, number one, to identify the belief. All right, so you're stupid. So here's some common ones and the limiting beliefs that grow out of them. So if your belief is you're stupid, then you believe I'm stupid. You're not smart enough to go to college, so I'm not college material. Money doesn't grow on trees. I'll never be rich. Can you do anything right? I can't do anything right, so why even try? Eat everything on your plate. The children in China are starving. Whoa, I've heard that a few times, and I think I even said to my parents, send it to them then, which relates to I should eat everything on my plate even if I'm not hungry. If you're not a virgin, nobody will want to marry you. And the belief to that is I am damaged goods and no one will ever love me. The only person you ever think about is yourself. So the limiting belief to that is it's not okay to focus on my needs. Children should be seen and not heard. Hey, I have 6. I think I've said this. And I didn't realize I was limiting my child's belief to I need to be quiet even if I want to be loved. People aren't interested in your problems, and the limiting belief is I should hide what is really going on with me. Boys don't cry. And it's not okay to share my feelings, especially my sadness. Act like a lady. And it's not okay to act playful, silly, sexual, or spontaneously. Nobody's interested in your opinion. So what I think is not important. So once we've written down which one of those kind of relate to you, and I know for myself it's the money doesn't grow on trees. That was one that I identified with. And my limiting belief is I'll never be rich. Okay, and so we're going to go right into the next step, and then I'll have you guys share. So the next step, after you've identified it, so when you're finished creating your list, pick a belief that you think is still limiting you and take yourself through the remaining 3 steps of the process. So the next step here is determine how the belief limits you. For example, if you have the negative belief is I have to do everything for myself, it's not okay to ask. The way this is limiting me is that I don't ask for help and I end up staying up too late and not getting enough sleep. So for myself, I'll never be rich. I guess the determining how that belief limits you is we don't have a lot of money, obviously, is my limiting belief with that. Then number 2 is decide how you want to be, act, or feel about this belief. So I don't know if I'm summarizing this very good. If someone wants to help me jump out here. Okay, so the number 3 is the way I want to be, act, or feel is, and then you fill in the blank there. So for myself, my limiting belief is money. So the way I want to be, act, or feel is being able to go to a store and just say, I could buy that, right? And then the 4th step is the turnaround statement. And I think this is really, really important because a turnaround statement is what affirms or gives you permission to be, act, or feel this way. And I know Diane had mentioned it, and I actually do this. I carry money into my wallet and give myself permission that I can afford that. I have the money right now to buy that, but I'm choosing not to. That's sort of my creating my turnaround statement. So do you want to jump in there? I think Diane's unmuted.
Yeah, sure, Jody, I'll jump in there. Yeah, one of mine is definitely the rich one as well, but mine is also the I'm not smart enough. You know, thinking that I can't be a millionaire because I don't have those ideas or I don't have. So for me, the process would be to acknowledge that, which I just did. And I think it limits me to try new things and to listen to those creative ideas that come to me. And I'm just learning that process, and it's actually an amazing process. I love it. The number 3 is decide how you want to be and act. And what I've been doing lately is when I walk, I talk to myself and I say, I talk like a millionaire, I walk like a millionaire, I do what millionaires do, I invest like a millionaire, I get ideas like millionaires. So I keep telling myself these kind of things, and I walk a little bit straighter, and I walk, and when I'm in stores and stuff, and I think, oh, when we're going to buy this, it's going to look so good in our house, or when I buy this, it's going to look so good on me. I kind of do that process to feel like I'm a millionaire. And then it's the same, I guess, the number 4 is I tell myself the affirmation statements. I try and remind myself all the time that I am smart enough. I do have millionaire ideas, and I always act and talk and walk like a millionaire.
Absolutely. I love that. That one's really good. And thanks for clarifying the 4 things there. I'm like, I can't figure this out. And for me, having had the same thing, I guess to finish mine with my turnaround statement and my belief about it is the fact that, because we were on a similar wavelength with money and stuff like that, and my turnaround belief is the fact that there is so much. There is abundance all around us, and why not me would be my turnaround statement for that. So did either one of you, Eugenia or Sharon, have a bit of a different one that you related to?
I'm sorry, I resonate to about the same as you guys, that I am not smart enough to be able to support myself. And that has been sort of my loggo these past few years that really pulled me down. I guess that fear was the main issue there. So how I determine my limiting belief is by just feeling that I will never be successful. I will never make it happen in my life. and how I feel about it. It made me feel so unempowered, so
Mm.
useless, so frustrated, and how it helped me come around. It's just that not too long ago, I was talking to my daughters, and all of a sudden I said, you know what, guys? I feel like a millionaire. And I started acting as if we were, I mean, it's true. Deep inside my heart, I feel like a millionaire. I feel like I'm the most lucky mom on earth. I have two wonderful kids. I mean, they are just amazing. They are very kind and loving, and everywhere I go, I always receive some sort of a compliment about the girls. We live in a beautiful place. It's not big, but it's our home. It's our place. We have clothes, we have food. The girls go to a wonderful school. I literally live like a millionaire. And that has helping me to change my mindset too. And as Diane said, I started just walking, instead of saying, no, we cannot afford it, okay, we will buy it when the time comes. Do you need it right now? When they say no, or I say, maybe I don't need it really. So I keep thinking like, yes, I can afford it. I will make the investment. I will make this purchase. But do I really need it? And that has been helping me a lot to go by and to even walk straighter, feel better. And it's amazing. Just a little tweak in your mindset.
Yeah,
Back with you,
ab-
Judy.
absolutely. I love that. And so, just before Sharon jumps out here, because I know she'll want to share hers real quick too. So there's the 4 steps. So the 4 steps are to identify that limiting belief. So I'll quickly go through another one that I have for myself. My negative or limiting belief is I feel all alone when I'm doing something. Like I feel like I'm the only one that can handle something or do it right. That's a big zinger. And number 2, the way it limits me is when I give myself that limiting thing, it limits me because I don't allow anyone else to help me. And in fact, I have a very, very hard time asking for help. So number 3, the way I want to be, act, or feel is, and I'm just going to say it, the way I want to be, act, or feel is I want to feel loved and I want to feel supported. Okay? And the number 4, my turnaround statement that affirms or gives me permission to do this is I don't have to do everything by myself. And I don't have to be fearful of asking others for help. They will love me and support me no matter what. Okay, so now let's go with you, Sharon, and see what you have to say on that.
Alrighty. For me, it was people aren't interested in your problems.
So that
Um,
was so number 1. So your negative belief is people not being interested in your problems, right?
correct.
Okay. And how does
And
that limit you?
it keeps me, it keeps all everything bottled up inside, and you're trying to accomplish everything on your own, and you don't need to do that. Um,
Yeah.
what was number 3?
And then number 3 is the way I want to be, act, or feel about this is.
I want to be able to talk to anyone about what is really going on and ask for help when I need it. And my turnaround is now when I cannot find the answer or I do not understand something, now I ask for help. And after I ask for the help and get the assistance, um, I feel empowered because I can move on to the next step instead of being tied up and trying to figure everything out, getting frustrated and agitated and aggravated, and you can accomplish more now that you have asked for the help. And just like Diane and Eugenia said, I walk like a millionaire now, and I talk like a millionaire. I act like a millionaire, and I think like a millionaire. So, when you get the help that you need, you get more empowered each day.
Absolutely. And I love that he kind of goes back to what he even talked about. And we're just going to end on this a little bit. Because once you've created your new belief, your turnaround statement, that number 4 thing, okay, you need to implant that into your subconscious, okay? And you do that through constant repetition several times a day for a minimum of 30 days. So this is exactly what he had talked about in Principle 10 about releasing the brakes on unlocking your subconscious mind. So I love this because what we've all done here for number 4 of what your turnaround statement is, you need to take that statement. I have sticky notes. I'm a sticky note queen. So I am going to, as soon as we're done this hangout, I'm going to put that affirmation right where I can see it, and that gives me permission to be present with my turnaround statement. All right, so we're going to end off here, and before we do, because we did start a little bit late, so we're okay for time here, but is there anything else that in regards to this that the 3 of you would like just to share with us and give us a few more nuggets for how this is going to empower you today?
Yes, I would like to step. In my case, one thing that really helped me is the fact that I came to realization that I am worthy and deserving to have abundance in my life. I'm worthy and deserving of asking for help. And that helped. That was my biggest mistake too. At the beginning, I was like, so if I don't do it, I never have it right. Believing other people's potential to be worthy and deserving of helping you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And that makes you feel really good.
I love that. Awesome. I just love that. Awesome. All right, Diane. And I noticed that Sharon jumped out. She might come back on here. She got dropped. But go ahead, Diane.
I just wanted to leave 2 nuggets with anybody out there who's listening. And the first one is get started. Take imperfect action, like our mentor Keisha always says, and just get started. Action is better than any business plan that you'll ever have or anything that you want. And the second one is, I heard from a millionaire who is one of my mentors, still is, and he said he walked in the grocery store and he didn't even have money to buy a loaf of bread. He used his credit card. And he said, I still did not think that I was not a millionaire. I knew in my mind I was a millionaire way before I became a millionaire. So just take imperfect action, get started, work on yourself on this affirmation as the step number 4, and just believe that you can get there.
Yep, that's right on. I love that. Okay, and Sharon, do you have just a little nugget that you want to leave with us as we close out here?
Never be afraid to ask for help. A lot of people don't ask for help because they feel like their question could be stupid, or it might not make sense, or people might laugh at them or make fun. No, the only question that's a stupid question is the question you don't ask, and it ties you up and it stopped you from accomplishing your goals and dreams because you are afraid to ask for help. Never be afraid to ask for help. And sometimes it might take a little while for you to get your answer, but you need to be patient. And one other big nugget I want to leave with you is, on your team, when you have people that need help or assistance, you don't always, even though you know the answer, you don't always have to give them the answer. Let me explain. What you want to do is you want to teach them how to fish. Don't always give them the fish. You want to teach them how to fish. When you teach them how to fish, they will learn as they're doing the research to find the answer. But if you always give them the answer, then they don't know how to fish when it comes time to helping their team members. And then they can't point their team members in the right direction because they don't know where to go because you have always given them the answer. So they don't know how to research it. They don't know how to find it. And if you point them in the right direction, you are teaching them that, hey, I can learn. I can do this. No one has to give me the answer. And everyone has their own way of doing things, and you will develop your own skills, your own abilities, and you'll be piggybacking off of other people because they will have pointed you in the right direction, but you will develop your own mindset. You will develop your own goals, your own plan, your own way of doing things, and you can impart your wisdom onto someone else. So, teach people how to fish. Don't always give them the fish.
Oh, I love that. And I love how we finished off with that too. Because there's usually 5 here on our panel. We're just missing our leader, Rachel, today. But yeah, it's a tendency when you start, helping people that you just want to give them the answer right away. And that's a great reminder that, that might be part of their fear buster. It might be part of their fear busting thing that they feel like they're not good enough and insecure about stuff and afraid to try new things, and then they get caught up in that, and it is a real it's a bad circle to be in, that's for sure. And I just want to remind you that we are here to support you guys. And again, it doesn't mean, like Sharon says, that we have to give you all the answers. You need to kind of look into yourself as to what's holding you back and how you can change that statement around to move yourself forward. And just like Sharon says, no question's a stupid question. And I always say to people, if you're confused, inspiration is the product of being confused and asking questions. So sometimes when you do ask a few questions, all of a sudden you get your aha, and it clicks for you. And there is a myriad of different ways that you can find the answers. I mean, I love to Google stuff. Literally, you can Google something and the answers that other people have gone through the same thing. So you're not by yourself. Other people have gone through the same challenges as you, and we can learn from those challenges and move ourselves forward. So again, this is Jody here with the Fearless Online Entrepreneurs Group. And we also have a website, fearlessonlineentrepreneurs.com, where today's Google Hangout will be there, and we'd love to hear your comments and how you are choosing to move yourself forward today. So take care, and we will see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.